We get an intimation of what we should do, how we should respond to a situation. Then, all the excuses and justifications and needs and temporizing begin, and we find that there are good reasons why we should not do exactly in the precise way that the inner guidance tells us something should be done. It is not the time. There are so many issues or obstacles. There may be negative consequences from feedback or pushback when we try to act. Whatever it may be, the guidance gets watered down. Generally, this may be due to fear, self-interest, desire, laziness, or a form of mental arrogance based on a knowledge of how things are done. In order for the inner guidance to have its optimum impact, the seeker must be able to overcome these neutralizing effects, and that is why the mother calls for a complete surrender, implying that the mental, vital, and physical resistances basically get out of the way of the process without taking into account self-interest or any kind of bargaining. The mother writes, quote, "And there comes a time when one feels a kind of inner guidance, something which is leading one very perceptibly in all that one does. But then, for the guidance to have its maximum power, one must naturally add to it a conscious surrender. One must be sincerely determined to follow the indication given by the higher force. If one does that, then one saves years of study. One can seize the result extremely rapidly. If one also does that, the result comes very rapidly. But for that, it must be done with sincerity and a kind of inner spontaneity. If one wants to try without this surrender, one may succeed, as one can also succeed in developing one's personal will and making it into a very considerable power. But that takes a very long time, and one meets many obstacles, and the result is very precarious. One must be very persistent, obstinate, persevering, and one is sure to succeed, but only after a great labor. Make your surrender with a sincere, complete self-giving, and you will go ahead at full speed. You will go much faster, but you must not do this calculatingly, for that spoils everything." End quote. Reference, Sri Aurobindo and the Mother, Powers Within, Chapter 21, Intuition, page 161.